everyone, it's Sabrina from Traveling Single Mom, Sabrina and Safari Abroad. So I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, but I've said it before, I want to make sure that this YouTube channel is something I want to do, something I'm excited to do. So as you can see from previous videos, I like to give you guys more of education rather than vlog or anything of that nature. So today I wanted to give you a video of my new backpack setup. I've been watching a lot of videos on EDC, like everyday carry type bags and bug out bags and all of that, of course, with the world's situation going on right now. But I'm really happy that I actually started this whole journey of being more prepper-like and carrying everything that I need in my backpack probably like 8 months before this whole situation happened. So I've kind of been able to refine what I have in my backpack, what I need, and all of that. And of course, it's always changing. So let's start with the backpack. So this is my everyday carry backpack. It is a Tom Bihn backpack. It is the Synapse 30 liter, the special edition one that's in the editor's edition or something like that. But it's all 100% coyote, the color coyote, and it's just amazing. I absolutely love this backpack. I take it with me everywhere I go. It's the perfect size. I love it. So let's get into everything in the backpack. So on the outside, I keep this scarf, which is an infinity scarf, but it's actually one of those scarves that has the zipper on it on the outside, somewhere. Yeah, right here. It has the zipper right here, so you can put anything that you need to put in there, credit cards. I would say a phone is too heavy, so credit cards, cash, anything like that. So I keep that on the outside if I ever need it. And then my grocery bag, which I always use. I never get plastic bags. And it's interesting that, like, I was never one of those eco-friendly type people or whatever until I got into the minimalist lifestyle. And I feel like in a lot of aspects they kind of go hand in hand. So instead of buying paper plates for your house or whatever, you have 1 or 2 plates that you just wash every single time you use, so you don't really even have to think about that. So my best friend makes fun of me all the time because I will never get a plastic bag from the store, because why? And it's just more garbage you have to deal with. So then I have my paracord bracelet on the outside. I don't always wear this because it's kind of bulky, but I just keep it on my backpack. And then, so I actually got these, it's like a towel that has its own little like carabiner case or whatever. So it's a pretty good sized towel. And they're really thin, so they're super quick drying. And I got these when people were like flipping out about like the toilet paper and all of that, and I was just like, well, like me and Safari have like peed on the street before. We've peed with no toilet paper and just had to like dry naturally, you know. So I wanted to make sure that we had these in case we had to use them as toilet paper if there was like no toilet paper at the store or whatever. So my mom, which is who we live with currently, my mom's not gonna do that. But so I just got 2 of these so that in case me and Safari have to go that route in the future or whatever, we have towels that would be sufficient for that. And a lot of backpackers do that when they're hiking. They keep like a towel on the outside of their backpack and let it dry all day. They call it a pee rag. And then at the end of the day, they'll wash it with whatever soap they bring, and they'll let that dry overnight, and then they'll use it again the next day fresh. So that was the theory on that. So let's go into this side pocket here. So this is our toiletries kit. Yes, this is it. Let me go into this real quick. So we just have like a wash rag so that we could wash ourselves. I like to use scrubbies, but when we're just going from place to place real quick, it's just quicker to have a towel. The biggest thing in here, of course, is going to be my trimmer for my hair, and that's USB rechargeable. And I have our toothpaste in one of these little tiny travel things, like 5 to 6 milliliters in here. And I think that's just so much easier because instead of getting a travel size toothpaste, which again goes back to eco-friendly, I just use whatever toothpaste, either in an Airbnb, at my mom's house, wherever. I just use like a normal size toothpaste, so I can just fill this up wherever we are, and I don't have to worry about making sure I have a travel size or whatever. We use the travel size toothbrushes. I just recently got a set of these essential oils. I'm not really an essential oils person, but I always love peppermint oil because it fights off like mosquitoes and any other type of insects. And then also I like lavender oil just like as a perfume because I don't wear perfume too much. So I have another one of these, and it has a all natural African shea butter in it. So I use that as our moisturizer. Then a comb because Safari's hair is getting longer. This is Dr. Bronners peppermint soap. So you could use that for everything. And then I do have like a little tiny perfume here. And just like little things like tweezers, piercings, fingernail clippers, and that's about it for our little tiny toiletries kit. So then I have our bug spray. I've done tons of research. This is the best bug spray that you could possibly get. All backpackers say that. So I just wanted to make sure that we had this with us. And then we will also use our rain pants and rain jackets as or mosquito repellent as well. So if there's a lot of mosquitoes around, we'll just put on our rain suits for that. And then I always keep a roll of quarters in here. Yes, it's heavy, but it's really useful. When we went to, where did we go? To the Mount Rushmore recently, about 3 weeks ago or so. We were using the binoculars there that cost like, I don't know, 25 cents for like 30 seconds. So far I used like all of my quarters, so it was really useful to have those. So then I have a like camping roll of toilet paper, which I do have extras of these in I have a suitcase in my mom's house that I keep like all of my like refill type stuff, and so whenever we come here I don't have to like go purchase too much because I have like extras of everything. And then tissues, and then a change purse. So that's all I have in this pocket right here. And you can see that these pockets are so huge. Like, look at that. I could fit my whole arm in there, and it's just really big. I love how this backpack is designed. So let's go on the other side, and this pocket is identical. And this is more of my electronics situation. So I used this bag that my Bivvy sack came in, which is inside the backpack. We'll get into that in a second. But I just use this for all of like the electronic cords. So I have 2 micro USB cords and then a lightning cord in here. And it's cool because this bag also, you can see right here, it's for filtering water. So if you're using sand, put it up to here and then put the water through it and it'll filter through like that. And then I also have a Sawyer filter in here. We'll go through that in a second. So back to eco-friendly. Usually I have 2 of these. The other one's in my room. And then I have a metal straw and a silicone straw that I keep in here. So me and Safari have like one of each. And so we don't ever have to worry about that. And it comes in handy a lot. So like Safari had a cooking class before all of this situation started. And they didn't have enough spoons for every kid. It was kind of unorganized, but they didn't have enough spoons for every kid. And so I just took a spoon out of my backpack. I was like, here you go, Safari, you know, like I just love the fact that I'm always prepared. So she's never like needing or wanting or left out of anything. So here is my primary energy source. So this is the solar panels, but then it can also charge from USB as well. And you could charge 2 different things at the same time. And then it also has a light, which is pretty bright when it's dark. And it has SOS feature as well. So I love that one. And that one's 25,000 milliamps or whatever. And then this, I love this gadget. So what it is a fan. So it has 2 different modes, slow and fast. And then it turns off. And then it also charges your phone. So you charge this up and it can charge your phone, I would say probably like one time. I don't know how much. Oh yeah, 2,000 hours, whatever. But yeah, and then also it has a light that is super bright. Look, that'll look even brighter than the other one. So I love that gadget. And then I have this for quick charging, so it charges a lot faster than just like the regular small square. And then I have these. So these are like the waist straps that the backpack came with. Oh, no, these aren't. These are the straps that go on the bottom of the bag, so you could like secure like a sleeping bag or a yoga mat or something like that to the bottom of the pack. So those like cost extra when I bought the bag through Tom Bihn. And then I have one of these like pipettes, and I use this for refilling different things like the Dr. Bronners and stuff like that, or different things in my first aid kit as well. And then of course a pen. So that's everything that's in that side pouch. There's a lot in the front pouch. So I have like a little bit of spare cash. These, I absolutely love these. This one is salt and pepper, and then this one is sugar. And I feel like they're like so useful because I have a drinks kit in here that has like a coffee kit and stuff like that, so the sugar would be useful, and then just having salt and pepper I feel like is super useful. And I was using the like little packets that come at like Walmart, or I mean McDonald's and stuff like that, but they're one use, and most of the time I want to use like 3 of the salt and 3 of the pepper like for one meal, so I feel like they were kind of useless, so that was like helpful. And then usually I have this full of like the little toothpicks, and I often use those. I put stuff in this front pouch that I use often. So these are 2 masks that we got from a Japanese store in Mexico, Miniso. I love that store so much. But yes, we just have 2 masks up here. I haven't worn masks since this whole situation started, but I do have 4 masks in our first aid kit, and then I have 2 masks right here, easily accessible, just in case. Just some wipes. These mouthwash things that are from Lush. I like to use these just kind of as mints, like to freshen my breath or whatever. And then also just some candies. A lighter. This is our sunscreen, because we very rarely use sunscreen. We're not outside like that, especially right now when we're in California and with everything going on, but it is good to have sunscreen. And if we go to a place where like sunscreen is like essential, then we'll just buy a big one there. I'm not too concerned about that. A lot of people say it's super expensive in places like Thailand and stuff like that, but I mean, I'll just buy it. Like, I'm not gonna carry a huge thing of sunscreen around when I don't really use it. This is what I use for my lips, and the only thing I use for my lips. So you could go and get Carmex for like $1 at the store, and which is what most people do, but I buy this at Sephora and it's $26. I know it's crazy, it's so expensive, but it is the most amazing thing ever. Like, I use it, I'll put it on at night and it's still fully on when I wake up in the morning. It's wonderful. It's called Lip Mask and it's by the brand Bite. There you go. Yeah, but that is absolutely amazing. And then just like a notebook in here, just in case I need to write anything down. So this pocket right here is actually for a water bottle, so it's like more water resistant than the rest of the pouches. And so I have this in here, which I use a smart water bottle cap, which I use for my filter, to backwash my filter. I'll show you that in a moment. And then I have pepper spray in here, and my water bag, and I think that's, oh, and a 5-hour energy. So that's it for that pouch. And then there's this bottom pouch right here before we get into the main pouch. So in here we have gloves. Usually I have a pair of gloves for me and a pair of gloves for Safari. A EpiPen. So I had allergic reaction before we moved to Mexico. And so like I just told the doctor that I think it would be best if we had EpiPens in our bag just in case, because we're all over the world. A beanie for me and a beanie for Safari. A travel pillow. When we go to hotels, I like for us to have our own pillows. I know that's weird because you want to be like comfortable with the pillows that they provide you, but most of the time we go to like budget hotels, so I usually put a sarong down, like on the, I have a huge sarong that's a square I got from H&M, and I put it down on the entire bed, and then we lay on that and use our own pillows. But I left our other pillow in the rent-a-car when we went to South Dakota, so I have to get another one of those. And then this is our alcohol for our fuel, or our fuel for our alcohol stove, which can also be a wood stove. And an inhaler for safari. I just got this inhaler, but I just opened it because the container had like hella air, so it was so bulky. And then here is one change of clothes for safari. If she has an accident or anything like that, it has 2 pairs of underwear and 1 pair of pants. So I always keep that in here. And then this is very cool, more of like hotel type travel. This is for when there's like no coffee maker or a kettle or anything, so you just plug it in, and it comes with the Euro plug and the like American plug, and you just plug it in and put it in your water, and it like heats up your water up to like boiling temperature. So I love this because I am usually all about my coffee, but I'm like not doing caffeine right now for the past month or so, so it's still good to have that. And then here is our head like bug nets. So in here there's one for me and one for safari, because we were planning on going to Africa, and that's not necessarily going to happen anytime soon. So I will do another video on what our plans are for the near future with that. And then here is the majority of our bowls and anything that we use for like eating and stuff like that. So this is what I use for safari cereal bowl, and it's perfect how they all fit together, so nice. And then this one for like any like dehydrated meals or anything that I might eat, this one comes with the lid. And then there's a small cup that goes to this lid, and I usually use this lid for like ketchup for safari's nuggets and stuff like that. Like, it's perfect for any type of sauces. So everything in this little eating kit works very well for us. Oops. Yeah. And so that's everything in that pocket. So now we are going to go into the main compartment here. So let's start with this. So I've talked about this before. This is our Strobe bag. So it's like very large. It's like the original one. And it has like a silicone. Oh, I could smell it. It has a silicone like a washboard inside. And that's how I always wash our clothes, except for when we're at my mom's house, because I don't have that many clothes, so I just do one load about every 10 days or so. And my mom washes Safari's clothes with her clothes, so I guess it's just easy to be lazy at my mom's house. I do a lot of things here that I don't usually do when we're not here. I don't know. Tell me if you guys do that too when you go to your parents' house. But then I have our drying clothesline, and you don't need clips or anything because you just put the clothes between the two ropes. So I love that. It's so perfect. Here's the Bivvy sack that I was talking about that originally came in this package, but I put it in here just to keep it waterproof. And yeah, I'm really into like waterproofing a lot of things in my bag recently. But yeah, so this is a Bivvy sack. So it's basically between like a tent and a sleeping bag. So it covers you completely to keep your body heat inside the bag, so that your body heat can come back to you even in winter. This should like keep you not warm but not dead. So I make sure that I always keep that with us. And then here is the Sawyer mini water filter that I was telling you about. So I just got this cap from like Orchard Supply, so that the water doesn't like leak out on this side, and then it comes with like the cap on this side. And then around it is the dirty water bag that I use. So you put the dirty water inside here, then you screw it onto the filter, and then you squirt it into whatever clean water bottle or bag that you have. So I used that for all of our water when we were in Mexico, and we never got sick. So it was amazing. So here is our Lumen, I don't know what it's called. It's basically like a Luci light. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's a solar light. So this fully charges through like my bedroom light. When I turn my light on in my room, it fully charges from that. So I think it's freaking awesome. And what you do is you like blow it up. You blow it up like that, and then you turn it on. And yeah, it's a perfect lantern. So it's awesome because you'll never have to worry about, oh, like batteries. I know so many people with their get home bags and they have like a whole entire pack of batteries, and they're like, yeah, I made sure that all of the things in my bag are through like AAA batteries or AA batteries or whatever. I'm just like, but eventually your batteries are gonna run out, you know? So I think it's best to try to get solar everything and then have a solar charger for all the USB things that you have to charge. And that's my best recommendation for that. So that's what I do. And then of course keep it in a waterproof bag. And these are actually food bags, like the reusable Ziploc bags for like the kitchen or whatever. And I bought 2 sets of these and I use them for so many things in my backpack, and it's just perfect because they're cheap because you use them in the kitchen, so you don't expect them to cost very much, but they're doing something that like Ziploc bags for your backpack for backpacking, so expensive, and it's the same thing. So you guys know I don't like to spend money, not at all, but I do like to make sure that I have exactly what I need and I know where it is and it's compact and fits in my backpack. So I struggle with both. So here is another Ziploc bag to not only keep it waterproof, which I don't care too much about, but to compress it. So this is a duffel bag that I use when I go like full on grocery shopping. So usually I'll have more than one of these bags in here, but I'm washing some of them for the produce. And then you go like this, and it is a full duffel bag. And you just saw how small it was just a moment ago. So it's perfect because I will often go grocery shopping for like at least a week or whatever when we're out, not close to my parents' house or not close to my mom's house. And it's just easy to, people look at me crazy in different countries because like I will pay for all my groceries, I'll put them back in the bag with no plastic bags, then I'll go off to the side somewhere and I'll take all the cereal boxes out and like throw those away. I'll take everything out of its boxes and like leave them just individuals or whatever, and then I'll start just like putting it into the duffel bag so everything fits, and then we just walk home or take the bus home or whatever. So people look at us crazy, but it's super convenient. It saves you money. You don't have to like get like a Uber or a taxi or whatever from the grocery store because you have so much stuff. It's not like cumbersome to carry all of your groceries like to wherever you live or whatever. So it works out well for me. So here is so many people in the backpacking community or hiking or whatever have this Stanley cup to cook their dehydrated meals, to boil water, all that type of stuff. But everybody does say that the top part, it had like a little plastic thing that said Stanley on it, and everybody says that that melts off when you start boiling stuff in the cup. So I just changed that out before I even start using it. So this is one part of my first aid kit. This is more of the stuff that's not medicine, I guess. So in here I have like medical tape, duct tape, emergency blanket, hand warmers, the 4 masks that I was talking about, a sewing measuring tape, super glue, gum, shout wipes, tons of stuff. Oh, like a chain, like what is it called? The keychain saw or whatever. Some scissors, the sticky roller to like get lint off you or whatever, but they're sticky sheets instead of a roller, so like you just pat yourself with them. So I have all of that in here. And then also I have this, which is a a little piece of like one of those quick fire logs or whatever, and so that I could use that with my stove to quickly start fire. So I have all of that in there, and then I also have the storm matches, storm matches. So those stay lit for at least 15 seconds. I have an umbrella, which we rarely use, but when we do need it, it's really convenient to have for either if it's raining or if it's very hot like it was in Mexico. Then I have an emergency rations. I love this. It was only actually $5 at Walmart. It's 2,400 calories, and this one is apple cinnamon. So this would be able to like sustain me in safari for 2 days, like being like the normal amount of calories that we eat, or if we rationed it out to 3 days, we could do that as well. So I love that. And then also at the top of my pack, I keep one of these produce bags full of different foods. So like this alone could last me and her at least a day or two. There's tons of granola bars, peanut butter, beef jerky, protein bars from like Nutrisystem, beef jerky sticks, corn nuts, like so many things, then a couple candies. So I just like to keep that in there just in case the safari becomes hungry. Like we're not gonna eat the emergency food rations just because you're hungry after 2 hours of not eating, you know? So we have those snacks. And then along with that, we have my drink kit, which I love so much. So I made in here, so see, you could see the just individual Folgers coffees here, and then in that Ziploc bag I have the little equal tabs or whatever. They sell like little tablets of equal sugar, and then some creamer packets. So that's like a complete set for the coffee. Then there's a couple hot chocolates in here. Then there's a couple kits for tea. So 2 tea bags, 2 sugars, and a cream. And then I have bouillon cubes, the beef and the chicken in here. So that's just a kind of like a pick-me-up, like if you're camping or whatever, like good to have. And then extra Ziploc bags. Never know when you're gonna need extra Ziploc bags, so I always have those with me. And then my favorite part of my first aid, or of my backpack, is my first aid kit, and it's just incredible. I love this first aid kit so much. I'll probably do an in-depth video on everything in it. It's amazing. I feel like I could survive for so long with this first aid kit. So my 2 worst pains in the world would definitely be vagina pain and teeth pain. So I make sure that I take care of those in here. So I have a Monistat kit for yeast infections, and then I have pills for yeast infections as well as pills for UTIs. I also have Oragel for teeth pain, and then my mom has these like little tiny like plastic like beads, I guess, that you like boil, and then you can put on any tooth that's hurting or cap that's hurting or anything like that, and it helps a lot with that. So I'm about to put some of those in here. Also, I would say look up medicines that aren't in the country that you're going to. For example, in Mexico, they don't have kids melatonin. So I made sure that I put 2 bottles of kids melatonin in our first aid kit, because Safari likes to use that when we're flying for a long trip, or when she like just doesn't feel well and wants to go to sleep, something like that. So make sure that you have the things that like the country you're going to doesn't have. So we're down to the last part here, which is our rain suits. So me and Safari both have rain pants and a rain jacket, and I put that in here so that it could be in the back part of my backpack, and then I strap it down and then put everything on top of it. And then on this top part right here is our clothes. So this is 2 sets of clothes with underwear for me and for Safari. So I think it is important with your prepping and survival and everything like that, especially in the world we live in now. You never know what's going to happen. So I see people, especially now that it's getting hotter outside, people are going out in like little booty shorts and like a crop top and all this stuff, and it just drives me crazy, because Safari sees it on YouTube and she's like, Mom, I want a crop top. I'm like, no. But it's important to not do that as much as you can, because you never know where you're gonna get caught. So, little side story, I went to Pride Parade in San Francisco in 2009, I think, and I got separated from my friends, and they ended up leaving without me because they couldn't find me anywhere. So I took the BART to the Hayward BART station, because that's where the Greyhound picks up people, but they weren't picking up people for the Greyhound to come back to where I live for 12 hours. So I sat there freezing in the Bay Area in California for 12 hours. So luckily, a homeless man let me wear his spare pants in his duffel bag, because I probably would have died. And I like went and like we bought food together. I bought food for him and stuff. But like the point of this story is, don't put yourself in that position, you know? Don't like just go out with your wallet and your phone and your crop top and your booty shorts and think that you're gonna be all right, because when you leave your house, you have no idea what's gonna happen before you get back, you know? So I make sure, I usually always have a pair of leggings on. I always have shoes on, as opposed to like slides or flip-flops or anything like that. And then I pretty much always wear a sweatshirt, even if it's hot outside. My friends think I'm crazy, but when it gets cold or nighttime or whatever, I don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm freezing. So on top of that, I keep this in my backpack. And to be honest, I don't always keep this in my backpack, because it's kind of bulky. Not bulky for like a whole wardrobe, but it's kind of bulky for my backpack. But yeah, so I keep like a base layer in here for safari, so leggings and a long sleeve. Then there's a short sleeve. She has 2 pairs of underwear in here, and she has a pair of joggers. And then this is on top of this, which is a pair of pants and 2 pairs of underwear for her in case she has an accident. So I have that in here for her. And then for me, I have 2 pairs of underwear, a pair of joggers, a pair of leggings, and a long sleeve shirt and a short sleeve shirt. So just in case like we're stuck somewhere or we go somewhere, like there's been times where we think that we're just gonna be out for a couple hours, and then I'm like, adventure, let's go somewhere. I don't have to worry about going back to where we're staying before we go on this adventure. I have everything I need with me. So that's the entire backpack. Now we're going to get into this back zipper compartment, where usually it's intended for you to keep your laptop, but I don't really travel with the laptop because I teach from my laptop, and so I just have it like sitting in my bedroom like when I teach, but I don't really like carry that with me at all. So in this back section, I have our stove, which is amazing. So I'm not gonna set it up because it'll take a couple minutes, but basically it goes like this, and then they all like go together like a square. And then here is the bottom part, and you can either put wood in it, like the quick firewood I just showed you, or you can put your alcohol in this part, and it'll be an alcohol stove. So that's why I have the alcohol and the wood, so that I have options in regards to making a fire. So that's back there. And then I have in a Ziploc bag 2 contractor garbage bags, and these are 55-gallon garbage bags. So you could use these to make an improvised shelter. You can use them to collect leaves, so you can make a mattress like wherever you're staying, if you're in the forest or whatever. So these are very useful in so many ways, and I've used them in my room. I've used them in plenty of places. So I think they're just really good, lightweight option to always carry with you. So then also, I got this from another YouTube channel. One of these small things that like you roast a turkey in, but like a smaller one. And I just flattened it like the guy on the YouTube video I watched. And so you can boil water in this. Like granted, you're not gonna be able to use this many times, but for how small and how much it weighs absolutely nothing, like it's very useful if you need to use it a couple times to boil water. So then there's also a side zipper right here to access things that are in this compartment. So the most important thing, of course, which I've talked about on this channel before, is our important documents folder. And I'll probably go through this again because I've went through and taken out most of the Chinese documentation and stuff like that, but I did put everything in some of these Ziploc bags. So everything in here is now waterproof from the Ziploc bags and fireproof from this folder. So no matter what, everything in here should be completely protected. So I'll make a separate video on that. And then I have our passports. So I want to give you guys the best advice that I can give you in regards to protection for your passports. Get these kitchen reusable Ziplocs, because I went to REI and I was just browsing around, and they sell Ziploc bags specifically for reusable Ziplocs, specifically for your passport, for $30. And I got a whole set of these Ziplocs for $17. So I was just like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. So I put them in these clear passport sleeves, and then I put them in this reusable Ziploc bag, and it's perfect for me, and they stay protected all the time. So that is some great advice I could give you. And then I have a spare cell phone in here. I pretty much never use this cell phone anymore, but it is a fully functioning cell phone, the one that I used when my phone got stolen in China and I had to buy a new phone out there. So I have this cell phone just in case my cell phone dies and my charger dies or whatever. I have this as a backup, and I think that that's really important. And also, when we leave my mom's house, if Safari wants to play on I don't know, YouTube or hopefully educational things, then she has something to do that on, because I don't really want to travel with her tablet anymore, because I think it's just like a waste of weight and space. So that is very useful for us. So then I have my bra pouches. So I've went over these, I think, with the same video that I went over the important documents with. And so we have many copies of our passports laminated in here with a credit card and some cash, and mine has a USB in it with all of our important documents on it. So these are very useful, and to be honest, in America, I don't wear them very often. I just keep them in my backpack. But when we are in other countries, and especially on travel days, I wear them always. And that is pretty much it for the entire backpack. So I know that was a long video, but that is everything that I always keep in my backpack, except for the clothes, which I sometimes have in there and sometimes don't. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update on my gorgeous backpack. So perfect. And what I carry with me. So let me know if you guys think that something was overboard, or if I'm forgetting something. Let me know how you feel about everything that I have in my pack. It was great to talk to you guys, since I haven't been on YouTube very much for a while, and I will be posting videos much more in the next coming days, weeks, etc. So I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.
Make sure to like this